James Banks here, and I'm at epicLAN. I've got next to me the eSports manager for epicLAN and all-round UK community CS guru, Gumpster. Gumpster, how you doing? Are you enjoying your event, or has it been hectic and stressful so far?
Well, stressful is a bit of an understatement, actually. We've had lots of internet issues and network issues, so it's been quite difficult for me. And you know, the teams are obviously taking as long as possible with all their games, so it's gone to all 3 maps on various different matches, which is good. It's great for the scene, but it's stressful for the schedule. So yeah, it's actually been quite a good event. I mean, we had a very smooth setup, but the internet issues have really hampered us this time around, which is...
But it wasn't your fault.
It wasn't, I'm afraid. No, and unfortunately it was the ISP's fault, which they've capped several lines of the internet to only about 10 meg each, which when you've got like 50 meg spread across 400 participants here, if not more, because of all the extra devices that people have, then it really does put a strain on the actual existing network.
Well, what I wanted to go through with you, basically, I pretty much have a rough idea of all the jobs you have in esports, but you do so much. I think in this terms, I can say, yes, you do the ESL stuff, you do epicLAN stuff, you do Gfinity stuff, you're with Perilous. Anything I'm missing off? Just something you can give to these guys to cover everything that you do on a day-to-day basis, which is a lot.
I do also the CSGO LAN schedule, sort of a big LAN calendar of, well, it's a Google sheet basically, and it's got all the different LANs from various parts of the different worlds, different continents, if anything. But all the CSGO LANs are on that, and pretty much up to date as well. I also sort of talk to various different teams and HLTV and all that other stuff, and social media stuff and Reddit posts, all that stuff as well. So yeah, kind of the backbone of the UK scene. Unnoticed.
I think that is exactly spot on, the backbone of the scene, and you're a man almost in the shadows at times who gets, I would say a lot of times you're underappreciated. Would you say that's fair to say?
Well, I'm not in it for all the recognition. I do it for the passion, because I really enjoy it, and I'd love to make a career out of it down the line and get out of retail. So yeah, I just do it for the passion because I enjoy CS. It's a great game. I also love esports in general. So yeah, I just generally just do it because it's there to be done, and if I didn't do it, who else would do it?
Well, no one would do as much.
Yeah, exactly. All the ESL stuff I've pretty much done myself for the last couple of months, obviously with Matt and Pete as sort of support, but it's been kind of tough. So if anyone wants to actually apply for being an admin, then please do get in touch, because I need more admins just to help out.
That's fine, that's good. We need all the help we can get. Now, we're looking at epicLAN right now. We're doing some good numbers, we're having some great games, it's been entertaining. What's your kind of thought process for epicLAN going forward, CSGO, and just pushing the esports scene in general for the UK?
Well, first things first, I want more teams at the event. One of the issues we've suffered with over the last 5 events whilst we've been at Kettering Conference Centre is, even though like 3 of the events we've had 9 teams, we then had 6 teams at the last event, and now we've had our biggest sort of turnout at 12. It's brilliant, but I'd like to see more participation from various different people, because we do have a massive CSGO scene out there. There are 50... I think there's 57 teams signed up for the first EPS UK qualifier. So if we can tap into that and get more teams at this event, then that would be a great first step. And that's not just for CS. I mean, we struggle for Dota, we struggle for LoL, we struggle for... Well, actually, no, we didn't actually struggle for StarCraft 2 this time. StarCraft 2 has had 24 players and hit the full prize trigger that we set up prior to the event, which is amazing. It's a brilliant effort, and I think that's our biggest ever turnout for StarCraft 2. So yeah, we just need more participation first, and then once we get that more participation and we see that there's a bit more of a waiting list, like there was a little bit of a waiting list this LAN, we could then look at perhaps expanding into the actual conference centre, because there's plenty of room to expand into.
Oh yeah, it's massive, and we only use a small section at the moment. But what do you think needs to be done on like epicLAN side of things to make it happen, other than say just the teams? Because we sold out on tickets, didn't we? Like everything's gone, so you guys have done fantastic on that sense. Like you said, maybe not as early as I'd hoped, but is there a way like you guys could meet halfway? So obviously there's a lot of teams that don't attend, but we're not quite sure why they don't attend.
I think from my point of view, where we really lack is actually from the coverage side of it. We really lack selling our name out there, because the brand recognition of us is quite small compared to perhaps your other LANs in the UK, because they've been around for a long time. So a lot of people know that certain LAN, and they go to that certain LAN because their friends are going to that, and we really suffer from that. And if we can get ourselves out there and recognised a lot more, people were like, oh look, epicLAN's on, you know, in a few weeks time, we should go to that. We should, you know, it's cheaper, it's a lot easier for teams. We try and accommodate for like all the teams as much as possible. We try and help players. We have a vibrant casual scene as well. I mean, I don't know if you've been downstairs to Lakeside, but it is absolutely bustling in there with music going on, and it's just crazy. So yeah, I just think the coverage side of it we really need to sort of put on the front now and move that forward.
But I think it's a tough time in terms of coverage side, because we don't really have, like, we've had Cadred before, we had other people come and do news and stuff like that, and it's less and less in the UK at the moment, and that's something that I think's given us a bit of a hindrance.
It is, yeah. I mean, for UK Dota, you've got the ukdota.net website that you can go to for all your sort of bits and bobs. Obviously, for everything else, there isn't anywhere that's central to what all the games are. So you got no LOL, there's no central LOL website, there's no central StarCraft website for the UK, there's no dedicated CSGO website, and all these esports are sort of lacking. And it needs someone to come in and go, right, let's cover all these games in the UK and help provide UK esports with a backbone, basically, to, you know, promoting itself. I mean, that's what we really lack from.
And I think we kind of all in the scene hoped like Esports Heaven would try to do that, and then it kind of fell short massively so, because Cadred had done so well, Tech9 as well, and they all came under this one conglomerate, and well, actually, it didn't really focus anymore on the UK and kind of let us down in that sense. Yeah.
I mean, from a Cadred perspective, Cadred only sort of became big after Enemy Down sort of faded away. Because back in the Counter-Strike Source days, Enemy Down was like the central hub for everyone. Anytime you would go to a grandstand on the iSeries, you would actually see everyone on Enemy Down. And that's something we really do lack. We just simply lack a community website just to keep everyone in one place and help the scene grow. That's true for all the esports. Esports Heaven, obviously they tried, but there was a lot of issues with their launch which really turned people away from the website, and that couldn't be helped. I mean, that's what happens when it comes out of beta or you've got issues behind the scenes. So
it was just unfortunate.
It was unfortunate, and yeah, we desperately need something.
Now, if you had the money, would it be you that would go off and do something like that? Do you reckon you'd be capable with your many roles? You said about you want to get out of retail. If someone, so I came to you right now and I said, Gumpster, I'm going to give you salary, you've got to do this and get this all sorted. Any ideas, any plans? How would you do it?
Well, firstly, I'd go out there and find some actual suitable coders who would know what we would want. So basically a news website that can provide some forums and that can provide you with all the various bits of news in the respective scenes in a way that actually helps the scene see what their piece of news is. So, for example, if you're doing CSGO, LOL, Dota, then you can go to each of their respective sections and actually see all the latest news, and a front page as well, with all the various different esports on there. But I need the time, I need the money, I need the coders, and there is. Yeah, exactly. It's a very unrealistic way of doing it, and it's very difficult to implement.
Massively so.
I know that Bacon Cape are trying, but even then, it's Adam at Bacon Cape kind of doesn't have enough people on board to make those kind of things happen, and a lot of the coding is done by his friend. Can't remember his name now, but he does a little bit of coding here and there, but obviously he has an actual job, so he can't commit all the time to a website like that, and it's very difficult to do. And you think it's really weird with all the money that's in the scene now, we can't have something for just the UK.
So we'll go back onto like the EPS side of things, G4E. We got obviously epicLAN. To me, seems like where we're getting now the young people coming up. We're watching notable people start their kind of careers here compared to what we've done before, where you look at iSeries, it's got a little bit bigger now and it's kind of lost its community esports feel, in my opinion. Now, I love the iSeries events, but it's not doing that sense. I feel like that's what epicLAN does. Now, we've got the big G4E, we've got EPS coming back. What do you think this is going to hold for the UK scene now over the next year? Because it's looking, we're only in February and it's looking damn good.
Gfinity looks really amazing. Their announcement for their arena with VU Cinema is an amazing opportunity for UK sports to get up there. Bringing something like that as a dedicated arena for UK sports is an amazing achievement in itself. But it's not just that, it's all about changing the culture around that. With ESL Premiership, we've got that chance to do that, because obviously with it being at MCM, it's not just your sort of gamers that'll be there, there'll be also other people for various other reasons. So I think there's a lot of sci-fi stuff at MCMs, and there's a lot of other things that go on at MCM around TV shows and stuff like that. So it'll be a great opportunity for ESL Premiership to actually take those kind of games and esports in general, wider audience of people.
They're probably actually playing these games anyway.
Exactly. Some of them don't even know that this exists.
Yeah.
Like, you look at how many people actually watch League of Legends to actually how many people play League of Legends. It's very, very lopsided in the favour of playing, and that's a massive problem, because there's all that untapped potential for growth, really, and that's a great thing, but it's a bad thing, because you really need to sort of tap into those kind of people, and those kind of events like ESL Premiership will actually do that. For epicLAN, we're sort of the grassroots. iSeries also grassroots. Both of us are the grassroots of competitive gaming. As long as people keep coming and enjoying themselves, I'm sure we'll keep growing.
So, final question for this next epicLAN. What's your goal? What's the goal number? Because you sold out from this one. What's the goal number for the next one?
July tends to be a smaller event than this event. I don't even know why, because July is actually at the start of the 6 weeks holiday, and we just seem to flop somewhere. We actually had less people at epicLAN.13 than we did at epicLAN.12 last year. So it was really weird seeing that, and I would like us to keep selling out, because if we can keep selling out and have a reasonably good October event as well, then we can actually justify growing and expanding and perhaps taking the sports hall downstairs. So even if we took half of that sports hall downstairs, then we could actually justify the expenditure. And obviously we would need to improve the internet a bit more. So that would be more investment there, because we'd have to get a couple more lines of internet in just to cope with the extra people into the event. So that's what our goal is. The goal is expanding and also doing other things. So epicLAN doesn't just do LAN events now. We also do things like we've been brought in to do some EGX stuff. So you might have noticed over last year that we did some EGX stuff. At EGX Res we did Titanfall last year, and at EGX London in September, October time, we actually did Dota 2 there. We actually had a massive tournament there as well, which really helped, and EGX want us to do something more, which would be great. So we're not just doing our own LAN events, we're actually trying to grow and get ourselves a bit more of a portfolio, so to speak. And then that way we can reinvest into the LAN event itself and perhaps upgrade some of the switches that have been problematic at this event. We can get new cables, more production side of it, because the other thing that we're actually trying to expand on is the production side. So for this event, we've had in the gallery, we've had actually Hayden, who's our sort of production man. He's been in there in a little production area where he can do stuff on the big screen, and he's had webcams, and so we're hoping to expand that next as well. So there's a lot going on, basically.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be some very exciting times going forward. Thank you very much for your time, Gumpster. I know you're a busy man, so pinning you down for a little bit, but I wanted to sit down and talk with you, get a feel for like what you're doing, get the name out there a little bit more and push this further, because I think one thing we need more people to do is, like, I do this on my own YouTube channel, I don't have a website or anything like that, but we need more people getting involved, putting the word out there, because this all helps the overall bigger picture.
I think more people should come in and perhaps come and talk to us and sort of give us a message and see, you know, if they could come down to the event and actually have a look around. I'm more than happy to do that kind of thing. You know, if people are a bit iffy about it, then they should give us an email and say, I'd love to come down and see your event and see what you actually do, and then I'd give people a bit of a tour, so to speak. So I want to see more people get involved.
Well, thank you very much for your time, Gumpster. Any final words before we wrap this up?
I just want to shout out to perhaps John, who Mr. Wimbar, basically. He is by far the man who deserves all the praise about setting this up. Also Murrayman, because Mr. Internet, Mr. Tech Guru has been on the ball with any issue I've actually had, especially with League of Legends. It's been so problematic for the League of Legends players, and I do actually apologise to the League of Legends players for all of that. And also all our event sponsors, InWin, MSI, Razer, AOC, all of those people do contribute really well to our LAN events.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Gumpster. James Banks signing off with another video. We'll be doing lots of commentary on the CSGO Twitch channel, so it's twitch.tv/epicLAN. Come check us out and stay tuned for more videos.